Hello, Transformer TCG fans. Gosh, I'm cold. Between two windows right here, and we had snow last night. Put that up on YouTube mainly just for me to enjoy, or my wife to enjoy, just to see it snow. Just really nice when it snows in Alabama. We don't call it the silent death down here, per se, as some other places might. It's just nice, and it's normally gone by the end of the day or by the next day or so. Okay. Ultra League. This is probably what some of y'all have been waiting on. Now, we went over Alpha Bravo. We went over Drag Strip. And I think we went over Firefly. We have not gone over the last two. If you remember, Alpha Bravo is more of a defensive character. He has tough 2 in bot mode, and he has when this defends ability, and you flip 4 colors: orange, blue, white, and green. And then when you flip him to alt mode, you're able to get action cards from your scrap and put them into your hand. Drag Strip is and both of these are, melee in one mode, ranged in another. Really swapping out the traits here. Drag Strip is a 5-star car that's brave in alt mode and vanilla on his bot mode. But he's a very weak character for a temporary Autobot Ultra League. 5-star character, 4 health. And then if we go on to Firefly, yeah, we looked at Firefly. He's ranged in both modes. Again, 5 stars, 8 health. Of course, he had bold he's got bold 1 in alt mode. When this attacks and you flip at least 2 orange, he gets an attack of 5, which is, I guess, his attack base. When you flip to his bot mode, one of your other characters gets +2 to attack until end of turn. So one of the maybe the first thing to do is, if Drag Strip's just going to get wiped out at first, you might as well, I don't know. I don't know. If the Ultra League, if they're your team and you are having to go second, the Drag Strip is probably gone before you get the chance. But we'll see. Well, because he does have Brave in alt mode. You don't get the chance to flip anybody, and they're going to have to go into him. He only has 4 health. So there's that. But then let's look at Optimus. 3 minutes in, I'm finally talking about Optimus. He's the Ultra League leader. He is, again, mix of traits on both modes here. Leader, truck, and melee in alt mode. Again, a 5-star character who has 3 to attack, 9 health, and 2 defense. When one of your other Ultra League characters defends, so this can... that needs to be repair, not heal. And you flip at least blue, white, blue, and green, repair 1 damage from the defender. So this may not exactly help. Because normally when this gets normally triggered before you defend. No. You have to flip. So this actually happens after you defend. But then when do you do the repair? After battle or after you flip before you touch? That's a good question. I just thought of that. But these are Buddy's things, and he will show up in the comments, believe it or not. So that is a good question. Normally, when one of your others defends, normally signifies the start of the defense before anything's flipped. But then it says, and you flip at least. So maybe we should have that after one of your Ultra League characters defends and you flipped at least white, blue, and green. Repair 1 damage from the defender, which means that would happen after they've defended. So if, say, Dragstrip gets hit by 4, he's KO'd. If he gets hits by 3 and you did flip at least those colors, you're going to be able to repair one, and so he only has 2 damage instead of 3. But you know, once you hit that max health, they're KO'd. There is no going back. That is not retconned per se. So yeah, we might need to consider putting after instead of when, because we're not going to know what these colors are until we flip for our defense. His bot mode, his attack goes up to 4, his defense comes down to 1. He's still a leader, and now he's ranged. And I think the alt mode might be the same image from one of the, it might be the 7-star card. Because I think I can't remember, but anyway. In bot mode, he has stealth. If damage would be repaired from one of your characters, instead repair that much damage plus 1. Maybe I should have read this first. If damage would be repaired from one of your characters, instead repair that much. Okay, so it's basically like, sounds like Toolbox. So he is a living toolbox in bot mode, which is nice because just like whether it's his alt mode or his bot mode, this is going to affect your whole group. And I've tried testing them a little bit. My deck is not very good for them. It's kind of a junk deck, but it's just to try to see how they, and I kept having to read the abilities to see what I was doing. So that is Optimus Prime, Ultra League leader. So let's look at the last one, Skydive. Skydive is the specialist of the group. Am I right about that? Firefly is ranged in both modes. Dragstrip is melee and alt and ranged in bot. Alpha Bravo is ranged in alt, ranged in bot. So Skydive is the specialist of the group. He's plain in alt mode, in plain and specialist, and then he's just plain specialist in bot mode. In alt mode, again, some of these numbers are kind of all over the place for 5-star characters, but let's just keep going. I'm just being critical, not complaining. I want to say 2-star. 2 to attack, 6 health, and 2 to defense in alt mode. If an upgrade would be scrapped from this character, I guess we could just say this and take the character off. If an upgrade would be scrapped from this, look at your opponent's hand and scrap an action from it. We've never seen that before. That's kind of neat. Which would be included swapping a utility or armor for another armor, so you're still having to scrap an upgrade because you're replacing it with another upgrade per se, say like Master Sword or even my lockpick. You're still having to scrap something, so that way you can also sneak and also scrap your opponent's action in their hand if they have one. When you flip to bot mode, when you flip to this mode, well, first of all, in bot mode, he has an attack of 3. Defense comes down to 1. When you flip to this mode, look at your opponent's hand and scrap an upgrade from it. So no matter what mode he's in, his bot mode is oddly when you flip, but when he's in alt mode, if you scrap, if this utility is scrapped, you're going to have to check their hand and scrap an action. But when you flip to bot mode, you can look at their hand and scrap an upgrade. And we do have some cards to go against that too, for counter. Now, I've already got about 10 minutes looking at two characters. Okay, I'm trying. I think I have the. Yeah, let's look at that. Um, I'm just gonna have to play here because Alpha Bravo is this. This should be his back. If you're wanting to play that way, drag strip is his full card, and then if we turn him around, this is what his back should look like to be able to build the character. If you're wanting to do that, Firefly, we have Firefly's image. That's the whole card. When we turn it over, it looks like this. Going on to Optimus, of course, we just went over his character. When we flip him over, his midsection looks like looks like this. When we flip Optimus Prime over, Skydive. Of course, we just went over him. Here is his backside. When we put them all together, here's the full picture. And you can we got with Buddy got with somebody else and was able to figure how to piece this off. He had to put it in a certain program. May have been Google Slides. I'm not really sure. To make it wide enough, big enough to cut it up into 5 pieces. Like the Arcs Bruticus, there is overlap. And there's a good bit of overlap on Ultra Prime. Just forgive it, build it, you got it. Or you can do what I like doing. It's all covered up. Is just have the big whoop and put, have it all printed out as one thing. And, when you play your Enigma, take your characters off and go kaboom. There you go. He's combined. Like I like mentioning Joe from Wreck and Rule. When he first did that with Predaking, I just burst out laughing. I'm like, yeah, there you go, man. So you're not, let's put this all together like a puzzle. Nah, boom, there you go. So here is Ultra Prime. Ultra Prime is a ranged character with the leader trait who has only a health of 34. And I believe, let's see here, Alpha Bravo is 7, drag strip is 4, that's 11, plus Firefly's 8 is 19, plus Optimus's 9 is 28, plus the 6 of Skydive is 34. So no variance there. 34 health. He has 7 to attack and 2 to defense. This has 2 weapon slots. When this is combined, you may play another action or upgrade, which is nice. Just a great picture. I don't know who drew this or where this came from, so I always, for safety's sake, put illustrated original artists. So we in his subheading or function, Autobot Prime 2.0. He saw that somewhere, so it's like, hey, let's do that. It works. It's nice. It's neat. It's different. That is the same version of Optimus for the toy for Optimus Maximus, and I do have that downstairs in my dungeon somewhere. It's I was about to say, speaking of Optimus, this is probably the best Optimus figure I've ever seen, other than the original G1 from 1984, which I never had until about 25 years ago when they did the reissue and the short stacks and all that mess. But this is the Netflix War for Cybertron Primes, and I found it for $10 at Walmart, and I was flabbergasted. I'm like, wow, I've got to get this for $10. It's normally about a $30 plus figure. And I'm just going to leave it in bot mode. Just a great figure. His gun is about right. It seems a little fat, but still just a great figure. And very tight. His joints are done well. Very tight. I just wish I was able to have some sort of thing to make him look like he's like jumping or something. And I forgot that moved. And you can move his head's got a little bit of range to it, go up and down somewhat. Still has that alien looking mean eye, optical eyes to him a little bit, like the original figure from '84. Just wow. If you can find this for $10, this is a definite buy. Just amazing. And his flaps down here look like they move. They don't. But that's all we have today. That's all we went. I showed off all the back sides. We look at Ultra Prime as an actual character. We were able to go over Optimus Prime finally and Skydive, the last two Ultra Prime characters that Buddy has made. Should we try to fix some of this text? Probably so, especially when it comes to Optimus Prime's alt side, I think. And now that I'm awake and it's in the middle of the day and it's been a while since I've looked at this, we might need to change that. Other than that, I think they're a really neat combiner. No, they're all 5-star characters. There is no 4-star. I thought one of them was 4-star to allow for a stratagem. Because I really, really don't like no-star stratagems. Especially that one that somebody made for Fortress Maximus. That makes Fortress Maximus just impossible. Even if I was able to make a really good deck for him, I mean, you can just forget it. You can just forget it. So I'm putting the 10-10 5 stars on Ultra Prime here so I can show it to y'all in its final. Not bad. Like I said, when it comes to the combiners and we're in this new homemade era of cards and characters, if you want to, it's so hard because I couldn't figure it out. And I don't have Google Slides. I'm sure I do and get in there to work it. But because I tried it with the Magic Set Editor, with Paint 3D, or even Microsoft Word, and trying to get I couldn't get it right. And I was just really banging my head against the wall. So I'm glad Buddy was able to get with somebody else that was able to do this. And we've got some neat efforts with homemade Technobots. I've got about 3 of them printed. I'm out of ink again. So what do you think? Whole new combiner. Seems a little weak. He's got good attack, yet low health. Where's his enigma? Where's the enigma? There it is. Ultra League. Yeah, let's look at the enigma real quick before we go. Green pip, like normal, like it should be. If you have Ultra Prime on the battlefield, do 1 damage to each enemy. So the Ultra League enigma itself is like an armed hovercraft. So he does have a lot of non-damage attack going for him. And of course, then the bottom half is the normal. If you have 5 Ultra Leagues in bot mode on the battlefield and or in your KO area, combine them into Ultra Prime. A combiner begins untapped, yada, yada, yada. That's right, Ultra Prime, Autobot Prime 2.0. So with that, tell us what you think. Thanks for watching. Glad we were able to finish this up. And we'll see you next time. As always, stay warm. Have a great day. Have a blessed day. And as always, Autobots, flip out and let's roll for it.